I'm making this video for those people who want to be in college, who are college students, and actually it's the perfect time of the year to do that because it's May, right? A lot of people are going to college, applying to college, and et cetera, et cetera. Maybe there's people who are now leaving from associate's degree going to bachelor's going to master's, maybe from bachelor's going into med school, et cetera, law school, whatever. I will say this, and I am qualified to say this, okay, after having a couple of degrees myself. And now trying to help people who are just applying to colleges and trying to get into college and going to college. First, the thing that you have to do is not get a big head, okay? Just because you applied to college and you filled out a FAFSA, don't get a big head, honey. That's step one, okay? Next thing is please know that the intellectual that you gain, the intellectual information that you gain over a 2, 4, 6, 8 year, 12 year, however long you're in school is amazing. But it's not all of it. There are a trillion life lessons that you have to learn while you're in college. You might be in college and lose a parent at that time. Are you going to be able to come back and finish the other 2 years? You may be a student and you have to work. Everybody around you doesn't have to work. Maybe their parents send them money every month. Are you going to be able to work and go to school? You know, when you meet someone and they have a college degree and you say, I want to date someone and they have a college degree, it doesn't mean that they're a great guy. It doesn't mean that they're a great girl. But what it does mean is that they were able to stay in school for 4 years and get along with all those freaking teachers and do some kind of conflict resolution. It means that they probably have learned how to get to a class on time. Maybe not every class, but most of them, the ones that mattered. It means that they knew how to set an alarm and get to somewhere. It's more than just the intellectual property that you learn. It's so much more. It teaches you life lessons. It means that they hopefully were able to do their laundry for 4 years and that their mom didn't drive up there every week and drop off clean laundry for them. Because if they did, then wow. I mean, I'm going to keep that opinion to myself, right? It means that they were maybe able to balance a budget. If you had $20 a week and you were a broke college student, then guess what? You had to make it to that cafeteria every time it was open in order to eat, or you're going to starve. And you take that $20 and you spend it on what? A movie a week? Or maybe some fast food? Or maybe you have to learn how to budget. And if you're one of the spoiled brats who your parents gave you money, they gave you groceries, they paid your rent, they did this and that. Guess what? You may be one of the ones who, when you graduate, may not even make it into the real world because that's not the real world. So there's so much more to learn in college. You have to learn how to bend. You have to learn how to not be an asshole. There's people coming from all over the world that are now around you. You have to learn how to not be a jerk. You have to learn how to be patient when there's long lines. You have to learn how to get things in on a deadline. It's so much life lessons that you learn while you are in college. And guess what? That's why a lot of people don't make it. It's not that they're not smart. A lot of intelligent people dropped out of college. Very intelligent. But can you shift your mind to answer the question that the teacher is asking you in this moment? It doesn't matter if you have straight A's. Can you answer this one question? And if you can't, guess what? You're going to fail. You have to bend. You have to be pliable. You have to be, able to relax yourself, not take yourself too seriously, not stress out every 5 seconds. And for most, you know, students, you have to also deal with what's going on back home because people are going to involve you in foolishness that's also going on back home and you're trying to survive in a new environment in college. So what I would say is for anybody going into college, know that you're going into a new culture. It's going to be a little bit of a culture shock. You're going to have to relax. You're going to have to not stress out. You're going to have to not take yourself too seriously, but you're going to also have to be structured. You're going to have to not be an asshole. You're going to have to get along with other people, other cultures, other religions. And that's probably 60% of the experience. So if you got straight A's in high school and you think you're just going to go to college and it's all going to work out, no. That's 40%. You'll probably get good. That's not all of it. There's a lot more. Will you have a car? Do you have to take a bus? Are you going to have to be kind to people? Maybe they'll give you rides. This is what college is supposed to teach you. Are you failing a class? Are you going to let your ego let you drop the class? Or are you going to get a freaking tutor? Maybe you're a senior. Your tutor is going to be a freshman. You're going to have to drop that ego in a million ways in order to make it through. And that is my message for anyone who is going into college. And I was inspired to make this video because I just got off the line with someone who was asking me questions about how to make it through and what to do. They're in their first semester, and guess what? They're not listening. It's very hard for them, and they're gonna have to adjust. And if you cannot adjust, guess what the person said? Maybe I'll just drop out. Well, maybe you will. Maybe you will. It's not gonna affect me. One of my favorite teacher experiences when I went to my college that I went to was when he said on the very first day, I don't care if you show up and I don't care if you pass this class. I get paid either way. College is not high school. The teachers could care less. I mean, they care about you, but if you're not going to give it your all, if you're not going to bend, if you're not going to take it seriously, if you're thinking that you're going to come here and it's going to be one big party, and sometimes there is parties. You have to learn how to adjust your schedule. You have to learn how to balance. I would say good luck. Good luck to anyone. And this is not to discourage anyone, but this is to be very realistic. Be more realistic about what you're going into, where you're going. So, adjust, guys. Adjust. And when you're finished adjusting, guess what else you have to do? Adjust. God bless.